Welcome to another episode of Pointless Discourse with myself, Apocalypse and DPayne.
I lost the tab. There it is. A guten Tag. Sholem Alemkem. And Aleikem Sholem, which is Yiddish for good day / hello, hello greeting, and hello response.
And yeah, for anyone that is newer here, welcome in. We are a podcast where us two streamers get together and talk about topics that are voted on by the community. This week, nobody wanted to talk about socks again. Surprise.
I wanted to talk about socks, but my vote doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't participate in our own polls. They would be skewed. So they voted on desserts, parentheses, not pies, because we already did pies as another episode earlier. But
that does remind me, I had to put desserts back into the tier list.
yeah, we're gonna keep rotating desserts until I think we've exhausted all desserts.
Pies.
Yeah, DPayne was like, "What dessert should we talk about?" I was like, "I don't know, pudding." He was like, "Yes." So we will be doing a tier list of puddings. But before we get into all the puddings and all the disasters that DPayne and myself have been able to find on the internet relating to pudding, what announcements do we have for this week?
Hold on, I'm making a dessert list of that way I don't have to keep typing out what we did next to desserts. It's just dessert list. Pies, puddings.
Done. Not to do.
Yeah. Done. There we go. And then expand this a little bit.
DPayne and his new quiet keyboard, since our cursed sodas last week destroyed his previous keyboard.
You guys can't hear my typing as well. I'm a stealth typer now. So for everyone that complained in the first 10 episode arc where it was just like, I don't like the keyboard sound, well, now never know.
Dun dun dun.
But sorry, I was typing and I missed the question.
Oh, I said any announcements for this week.
Yes, guys, welcome to our podcast. That is announcement 1. I think it's looking like next week we're going to do Monster Prom, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I was kind of in contacts with having an additional party be able to join us, but you know how it is coordinating with people. I'm terrible at it. DPayne's the planner. I just kind of message people and go, well, I haven't heard from them in a while.
Yeah. It was really funny because in my head, this was, this whole thing, it was Hop's idea. So I was like, okay, she'll get it taken care of. And then it was like, I asked, oh, did you hear anything back from person? And they're like, I thought you were going to do that. And I'm like, wait a second, Hop, you're the one that you own the game. This was your idea. I said I joined.
I'm so used to you planning everything.
As another friend, which I really want them on the podcast, but they've been busy. Hop probably knows who it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only person that said no. No. Yeah, they tell me that I plan everything, and I was like, no, I don't. And then it was like within 2 weeks afterwards, I'm like, oh yeah, I do. And then I get those TikToks where it's just like, do you overplan? This is a sign of anxiety and like all this. I'm like, I don't think I have that.
Yeah, for a while when I was, you go through different states and things like mentally, and I had like a low time, and TikTok was like, do you have high functioning depression? I'm just like, I don't know. I've never been diagnosed.
Oh, well, I took a quiz this week. I take them from time to time. I know quizzes are normally Hop's area, but I took one, didn't share it because I'm like, ooh, I don't want to get the I don't want to get the backlash of this, which it's not a negative thing, but it's just like, I know how some people react when you post things online. Yeah, I took a quiz to find out if I have ADHD, and oh my goodness, they're like, yeah, you got it, buddy. You're way up there. And I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I do hear a lot of people go undiagnosed for stuff like that. I know was it someone sent me a personality test that was supposed to cover what negative trait is heaviest in you, like a negative like thing. And I got like 80% depressive, and my friend just went, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I think."
I want to take that.
I don't know if I still have it anywhere in the messages, but it's like, again, like you said, like I didn't publicly share it. It was just someone sent it to me, and I sent them my own result.
Yeah. Like that's I don't know. I would that's all I would do. I've been like, look. And then I'll be like, yeah, I can see it. I'm like, what?
But
um
yeah,
but
so
anyway.
I will try and coordinate that. Do we have a start time that we want to do Monster Home? Do we want to make it into our, because we both stream like late Saturdays, East Coast time.
Um well, if we do it my normal start time, which I think is early for both of you guys, we can talk about this off stream. I mean
Okay.
off cast.
Either
Guys,
case, yeah, just
welcome
keep
to Hoppain planning.
just we do have our Twitter page, twitter.com/pointlessdisco, where we tend to send out updates and things. And since we've been mentioning the Monster Prom stuff, and it is a charity thing that we've let you guys know about, we might put an update there. If you don't see any updates there, then we have our personal Twitters that should be linked below. It'll
Yeah.
definitely have announcements.
I definitely will try to update it there. Which I think I let the cat out of the bag last week when I said DPayne finally got his keyboard so he can type out this quiz to find out who actually runs the Twitter account. But it's all good. I don't hold it away from Hop. She's able to get on there as well. Or I told her very early on, if you ever want to post something, go ahead. And she's like, I'm good.
My brain doesn't work so good having to deal with multiple social medias.
Mine neither. That's why that's why the Pointless Discourse one has so much less posted on it than mine.
I feel like my Twitter's been lacking as well, but it happens. Anyway, but
I don't
yeah,
know.
I know. Speaking of Twitter, though, we have had interactions on our Twitter, correct?
Yeah, because I try to from time to time when we get a good thing where it's like, hey, since we're talking about pudding, it's like, well, which is the best pudding? And then I know I wrote a response, but I'm not going to read that one because we're going to probably hear about it. Hold on. Is that flavor even on here? I can't read these. They're so small.
I'll go through them. Let me actually check now.
Here, I will type the flavor
No, I can
that I
check it real
wrote.
quick myself.
Did you see the flavor that I wrote on the disc the thingies? But
I'm
anywho,
looking at. I'm already looking through the Twitter.
I don't know. I can't see what you're looking at. You could be looking at bunnies for all I know.
Just because there's one in the room with me right now.
um. Anyway, yeah, for the people who wrote on the Twitters, as for anyone's wondering, like, why are you reading comments? I was like, cause like we desire feedback in form of, hey, you guys are interacting with what we post and we like it. It makes us feel good, unless you say something bad. We're like, yeah, that fits. um, but yeah, if you guys write anything on our Twitter or write a review on our podcast, as long as it's appropriate, we will read it out. And by appropriate means like it doesn't break both Hops and I's personal TOS.
Or a platform's TOS.
Yeah, we're not on Twitch. We're not streaming this on Twitch at the moment. So anyway, we like to just thank Ice King, or well, that's how I originally know him, but his Twitter handle, Ice with a 3, was taken. And he wrote, "What is with all these food topics? Sideways crying happy emotion." Oh, I can hover over it. Rolling on floor laughing. Yeah,
Raffle.
the copter.
Schwa.
And then we have J2 Rudo, King of the Salt Smite, here saying, as someone who may not have a drawer filled in my fridge dedicated strictly for pudding that I may or may not keep stocked, I would have to say that lemon pudding is the best pudding. We will see if we agree with that statement, because
It is
I
on.
may or may not have seen that in the topic drawer.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see where it lands. We'll look
It's
into
on
it.
there. Spoilers, guys. It's
Well,
on there.
I don't know where I'm gonna put it. So
Oh no, like I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but it's on there.
yes, it is gonna be discussed.
Teen or good? Discuss good.
Discuss good? Discuss
Discuss
maybe?
teen or discuss adult.
Yeah, but yeah, so we always appreciate, like we said, interacting through that. Another thing that we appreciate is any reviews or ratings that we can get. We did, it was, we applaud anyone who listened to the audio only version of the Curse Sodas. I
Yeah.
don't know that I put on a very good podcast personality or anything like that, but
I I knew that one was gonna be a tough one, but that's why there was parts when it was like, oh, bubble wrap break, where it's just like that. I think there's a few times where I'm like, how would you describe this?
yeah,
and
but
and you were just like, no.
yeah, we appreciate that. If you enjoyed the chaosness and all that stuff of the live show, we did say for every 10 ratings reviews on your preferred podcast listening platform, we would be willing to try and organize and do another live episode. I know we have, last I recall, we had at least one review, or I guess just rating with no
Yeah.
words on Apple.
Yes. Apple review. Sorry, I was responding to something. um yeah, we had one review. It was just stars, which works as well, but you're anonymous. And we thank you. We thank you, whoever you are. I think we thank you every time we bring up reviews, but we thank you. We much appreciate. If you want us to thank you almost every time that we think of reviews, go ahead, leave one. And if you write something, we'll remember you more.
And we'll give you a nice little shout out like we did with the Twitter stuff. And also along with that, we've only been able to check the Apple one. If you listen on other platforms and it has a review system, we are not good at finding it. So feel free to send a screenshot to us on our Twitter, and we'll also be able to give you a proper shout out through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this week, brain died.
Mm-hmm.
This week, as we mentioned before, talking about puttins.
Yeah. And I know we've had a lot of formats on this show. It kind of goes all over the place. It looks like this week we, without even discussing it, we were like tier list. Like DPayne was like, "I'm sending you puddings."
Yeah. So for, I guess, a peek behind the curtain, normally when we do tier lists, Hop is the one that goes and finds these or sets them up. And I was like, I want to help, because I remember me in college ate some puddings. And I was like, oh man, I think I could find some weird ones. And I think I found some weird ones.
Yeah, there's some questionable ones to help balance it out between the good and the bad, because there is always that interesting balance in a tier list. I know we did the pizza topping episode, and I felt like generally I'm okay with a lot of pizza toppings, so I went out on my way to go for cursed ones. And DPayne was the one to try and look for some cursed stuff for us this time around. So
Yeah,
gotta really fill it out.
it's a balance.
Yeah.
I also noticed that you didn't name the S through D anything fun.
I didn't think that we
Nothing,
needed to. Yeah.
nothing against it. It was just, I don't know. It's fun. It will be fine.
Yeah, I did see a fun tier list earlier. It was a Fire Emblem based tier list that was retweeted by apparently the Twitter page of like this website, Tier Maker, and it was Fire Emblem Three Houses characters based on how likely they respect women.
So, did you take it?
I did not rank it, but maybe I will on stream tonight, because I do Saturdays. I'm on my last playthrough for Fire Emblem Three Houses for anyone who enjoys that game. But oh my goodness, the category names that they gave it are hilarious. I'll have to share it with you in post. But anyway, yeah, I didn't give any fun names because I was like, when it comes to food, I feel like we have enough to talk about with the food that we don't even need to like give it a category name. Because I knew
we gave the cursed sodas cat. Well, you
Well,
gave the cursed soda
I
cat.
gave them categories because I figured we'd hate all of them.
Yeah, little did we know we would.
Yeah, so I figured we'd have to like marginally change it, where it's like, is this the worst thing I've put in my mouth or the second worst thing I've put in my mouth?
What's kind of funny is that I remember telling people they were like, I was like, yeah, we had some cursed sodas today. Broke my keyboard. Bada bing, bada boom, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, like, what were them? And I started with key lime pie because I was the one that broke my keyboard. And they were like, that doesn't sound bad. Like, you shut your
You stop
mouth.
that right now.
You stop that.
That's the only one that I said was better than I expected.
Oh yeah, like I think that's what I told him, was like that one, even though I am very mad that I broke my keyboard, even though I got this nice soft squishy board.
I can still kind of hear it.
Yeah, but not as loud as like clack, 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 clack. The I'm like, that was the best one, but the rest I kind of just want to buy them again just to get like an LED strip to have them sit on.
Yeah,
And
the
like
glow was very nice when we
that
figured
was
out
the
they were
best part.
nuclear sodas.
Yeah. It's I don't know, like, part of me, like, now this is where brain goes. I'm like, what if I put in different light? Do I get different color?
Mm. Are you willing to buy them again just for this experiment?
I bought things for worse. I drank them.
We did do that, and you mixed them all together. You made yourself some
That
toxic fruit
actually,
punch.
yeah, like that was the best.
The
Like
best version of
that was
those.
the best version of all of them. If you didn't have like hair in yours or whatever it was,
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what's unfortunate? So,
not yet. Let me know.
so I believe I requested a refund because I did not get the last three sodas, and I think I got an email that said, "Apologies, we'll get those out to you as fast as possible." That's not what I asked for.
It's like, no, you get them. Ah, it's the best of both worlds. Oh man.
I gotta find that I feel like I read that. I wonder if it was a nightmare. It didn't actually happen.
Oh man, it sounds like my Friday morning when I felt like I woke up and thought I was getting ready for work. And I think I was like walking out of the apartment and then I got up again. And I was like, oh, well, now I'm definitely late for work. um, well, if they do ship them for you, I think we should taste them on a TFT night.
Okay. Yep. I'm very sorry for this mistake. We are going to ship you the missing sodas immediately. Here is the tracking number.
You know what they
Okay.
were? You know what they were sitting there thinking? Like, no one ever says that we made a mistake. Oh, we got a customer.
We have someone that cares.
They all they read was like, I didn't get. Someone talking to us.
But yes, so we have our pudding flavors now.
Most not cursed.
Most not cursed. I found one that was particularly cursed, and DPayne had to say, "Stop talking, you're losing content."
Yeah.
So
There it
I
is.
will try to reiterate the amount of shock and awe that I
Oh,
had.
I think, well, like it was more like I was about to full on react to it. And I was like, nope, nope, stop.
All right. Yes. So yeah, instead of we've had other episodes where we talk about foods and we say our most and least favorites. We went with the tier list. We have, I believe, 16 puddings to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to roll dice on who's gonna go in what order? Because that is also something we typically do in the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. No, yeah, because I think we roll to find out who's just going to say the first one.
Oh yeah, because we go back and forth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so again, for anyone who is newer, we roll a d20, which is a 20-sided dice. Whoever gets the highest number will go first. In this case, reading off the flavors to you guys and then placing them in the categories. We do this because we're both big fans of tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, etc. I rolled pretty low
Green.
this week.
Oh, well, I think there's no way that you're winning.
Okay, I have a 6.
I have a natural 20.
Well, this was this last week where I said I got the nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
This dice was rolling pretty bad for me yet last week when I was doing Pathfinder. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Oh, I don't know. Anywho. Oh, now I gotta get all close and read what they are. Wait, can you hover over them to tell you what they are?
I don't know if I gave him tooltip text, but
Is
if
that
you do Control Plus, you can just zoom in the browser. That might help you a little bit. That helps me sometimes on the pictures. I
Oh, I
can.
lost it. Oh, okay, there we go. Yep, that helps.
Okay.
Wow, I feel like my mom. Like
I
she
know
had
it's
to
like
like,
enhance, enhance.
but at the same time, I still feel good where I zoomed in 200%. It's still like size 6 font.
It is very small once it's all
Uh,
cropped down.
yep. Alrighty. So number one on this list of 16 is banana cream pie. I'm.
So,
Oh,
I
go ahead.
I find it interesting. I don't know if I've ever had it pre-packaged like this. Like, I'll make banana cream pie things with pudding and fresh bananas.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to necessarily be this pudding cup. Like
Okay,
I think it's like this was just the easiest and most aesthetically pleasing way to put flavor.
that's true. Instead of us going, is this a pie? Is this
Yeah, instead of like, why'd you put pepperoni? I don't know.
All right, so overall, I love banana cream pie and all of its combinations, but is banana cream pie just vanilla pudding with toppings?
Well, no, I think there's a hint of banana flavoring in there. I
Okay.
Yeah, at least from what I can remember.
Because I feel like when I make it at home, it's vanilla pudding base, and then you put the bananas and you let it sit for a couple hours,
Yeah,
kind of
like
thing.
I think there is a lot of vanilla flavoring in there, like which is the base. It's not like some of the other flavors on here.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Like I don't like the actual banana. I know that there's people who's like, well, the sweet banana actually went extinct because of bugs, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I don't like the texture. I do
Hmm.
not like the texture of bananas, and so and I think it's quite literally the only food that is in that category for me. I don't know
So in
why.
this version, if there is no banana and just banana flavoring,
But, like, if it's a real banana and, like, mushed up, like, it's still f like, I'm I like banana bread.
okay.
I just don't like bananas like, I like the flavor of bananas
But the
to an ex
physical banana,
but, like, the actual texture of the physical, like, fruit. Is that a fruit?
yes.
Okay.
We've just
I
genetically enhanced it so there's no seeds inside. Don't worry.
I heard a story where someone wanted the last banana and, or, like, their brother wanted the last banana, and they're like, um but they took it, the teacher took it, and he's like, "Hey, do you know how bananas are made?" And they're like, "No, what are you talking?" He's like, "Well, in the jungle, a spider will climb into a tree and die, and then a fungus will come around it, and then the shell, and that's how the banana's made. When it's good, you pick it." And he's like, "Nah, that's not real." I was like, "Cut open the middle of the banana," and he cut open it, and there's the five, like I think that's where the seeds are, but it was just like the 5 or 6 dots,
Hmm.
like in the center of the banana, and yeah, it scared that teacher for years and never wanted a banana, and the older brother got his banana. Oh man.
It's so silly.
Um, but yeah, I would rank this one. I would rank this as an A.
Yeah, I think I'd put it in an A because I don't like I like it, but it's not like if I wake up and I'm craving pudding, I don't go, I specifically need banana cream pie.
Hmm. Quick question, real quick, before we go on. The one that we had to stop talking about. Do you have the article of that one up?
Yes, I left the tab open so I can explain
Okay.
it. I
Do
think a
we
lot of
have?
these I have tabs open for.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. The other very weird ones. Do we have? Because I don't know what they're supposed to be.
I can't, well, I have the company website and
Hmm.
they are still in stock on their main website, so I can easily keep those open for us.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. Because I just saw them on the internet, so I'm like, this should be funny.
All right, so the next
Excuse me.
flavor, courtesy of DPayne, is blueberry muffin.
Have you ever had this?
I've never had it, but the concept of taking everything I love about a blueberry muffin and making it into pudding, I hate it.
All right. Let me tell you about the blueberry muffin snack pack pudding.
Okay.
So, just like how your reaction, I too was very skeptical about the blueberry muffin. However, This is literally a combination of whatever chemicals they put in there. You got your blueberry flavoring, you have your, like, sugary flavoring of, uh, that like, the sweetness of a blueberry muffin. However, when I last had this, that literally tastes like they have the breading taste of muffin. It literally tastes like an actual muffin in pudding form.
Mm.
I don't know how they did it, but oh my goodness, College DPayne was like, "This chemical is great. I want more," and bought it multiple times. Also, they were a dollar, so it was very, very good. Um, but I have eaten this blueberry muffin multiple times, and before I get any messages, DPayne, why didn't you actually just get real muffin? Um, so where I went to college, it was in the middle of nowhere. And they're like, "What do you mean it's the middle of nowhere?" It's like I had to drive close to 30, 40 minutes away to get to a Walmart. Nothing was around. So whatever you bought, you had to make sure that it would last a while.
Hmm.
So plus spending $3 to get a blueberry muffin pack um and maybe 2 blueberry muffins and maybe 1 of another topping that is on here. Uh, I much rather do that because that was 4 cups, which meant oh, depends on the hunger of DPayne at the moment. But, yeah, that lasted longer than, like, a pack of muffins, so
That's fair because it won't like get bad. You can just have it. Yeah.
mhm. Well, it'll get bad if you wait long enough,
If you
but
wait long enough.
let's just say there's not a lot of things that wait long enough when DPayne is next to food. I know where I'm putting this, but I don't wanna influence you.
I don't know. It still with me sits in that weird spot where it's like I love blueberry muffins. Like they're
Mhm.
so tasty. And it's that thing, it's again that thing where if I want a blueberry muffin, I'll either make myself some, have frozen blueberries. Wait, no. Let me not get distracted. I I either just go ahead and make some
I've been
or
thinking about making blueberry muffins for, like, the last 3 weeks.
I'm gonna just like get them because for me, the thing I like about the blueberry muffin is like the texture of the blueberry once you like
Mhm.
get through the dough. I think it is unfair because I haven't had it. I'm gonna put it at a C.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that reaction because I had the same reaction looking at it, but I am I am okay to explore foods,
Okay.
and this I think we mentioned this in, like, a TFT night, and I know I mentioned this in my stream multiple times, and I probably mentioned it on the podcast, but I got the memory of a goldfish,
Mm-hmm.
um, to certain things. Um, like, whenever I travel to a new area, like, whether it's somewhere in America or to another country, I wanna try a traditional meal from that area. Now, another place in the US, traditional meal is like, "What do you mean?" But, like, I would wanna try something that you can only get there. So
That's fair.
or so, like, when I first went out to California, like, I was like, "I know all the people talk about the In-N-Outs, so let me try In-N-Out." Um, wasn't great. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, side tangent. Big surprise. I tried the Wawa burger and fries.
Oh, how was that? Was it
It wasn't
cursed?
bad. No, it actually wasn't bad. The burger was like you could tell like it wasn't like it was like a microwaved kind of burger. It wasn't like that it was cooked.
I mean, a lot of their stuff. Like, I don't even think they have an actual grill, right?
Um,
They
I
don't have
think a
like a
lot of
cooktop.
well, I think a lot of their stuff is like cooked there, and then it like because I you can see it like when they go replace it in and out. Like replace
It's
some of the
bags.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bags that they put in like it's pretty much like um it
Like a hot water
yeah,
bath.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm like, I know it's water based, yeah, so they put it in there and then it's like it's just kept warm, but I think everything is cooked before they get there. I was like, yeah, no, I totally understand why they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, the burgers were actually pretty good. Like it did have like I I don't want to turn people off by saying chemical taste because it wasn't necessarily chemical taste. Like it just
It just
it
wasn't
didn't
fresh.
yeah, it didn't have the same taste of like definitely a burger that you would get over a charcoal grill or or like a propane grill. Like it there was like a very very slight aftertaste, but it wasn't like overpowering and it was still like everything tasted good. For context, I got lettuce, tomato, and mayo and bacon put on it.
Hmm.
And so you can get a lot of different toppings, like almost everything you can get like on a hoagie, you can put on the burger. The fries were a little squishy, little floppy, but they were still good. Like it is
Passable.
worth checking out.
Especially
Yes.
because at least Wawa's near me all seem to be 24/7. So
Hmm.
if
If
emergency
it's
is needed.
if it's after 4 o'clock, you can only get them after 4 o'clock because it's
Oh,
considered a dinner.
okay.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
they're making breakfast, lunch, and dinner menus.
Yeah, I knew they had the breakfast stuff.
Yeah. So at least here, in the way it's being promoted, is that after 4 o'clock you can get it.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it's worth checking out. It didn't fill me up, but I'm also big, so. But it wasn't terrible, and like if I'm in the mood for something warm, yeah, I would get it again.
Okay. I
By the
have my
way,
tried and trues at Wawa. I don't vary much when I go to my Wawa orders.
oh man, I like going over to that the baked good like stand, and I found out like it's like Spanish or yeah, like I don't know. It's like little like mini donuts and there's like
Oh, the prepackaged, yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, well, everything's prepackaged over there now.
Well,
But
yeah, they used to have like kind of
mhm,
like the open the door and get,
yeah.
donuts and stuff before
Mhm.
everything.
Um, do you think there's a Wawa tier list?
I don't want to have to make a Wawa tier list because the thing
Only if we
about
get sponsored.
well, only if we get sponsored. The thing about Wawa for me is one, I find it hard to explain to anyone not of this region, and
Yeah,
two, it's what was I gonna say? The magic about Wawa is the customization. So
true,
yeah, so
true.
where if someone's like, "This is the hoagie I get," they're not getting the same hoagie as somebody else.
I guess that we would have to do their drinks.
Yeah, those have less customization, or you'd have to just pick like assume that everything's the base version. Like,
I was thinking more like their bottled like teas, like their peach tea, green
oh, okay.
tea,
I
like all
haven't
that
had all
stuff.
the flavors, but that would be
Oh, me
interesting.
neither, but I would do research for that.
Hmm.
Wawa gets a lot of money from me, and I put the blueberry muffin in as an S.
Okay, yeah, it's a C for me. Okay, so you're ready to go on to your
Yeah,
the next flavor?
before we start talking more about Wawa.
Ad break. Wait, no.
Not yet. Oh, this is me.
Yes.
um, this is the next one, a brownie caramel swirl. Well, this shouldn't be a very big surprise where this is going on my list.
Yeah. I'm the one that's going to probably talk about it more, but you can go ahead and
I like caramel. I like caramel a lot. If I could scoop the caramel out of brown knee, this would be good.
I was gonna say caramel is kind of brown. Yes. Deep.
But yes, I do
Spoiler
not like the
alert.
chocolates.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. DPayne is not a fan of chocolate. For me,
It's a D for me. Okay, go ahead.
for me, I'm gonna have to put it in the same place as blueberry muffin because if I want a brownie, it's just the same argument.
Okay, if you want a baked good, you're gonna go get the baked good rather
Yeah,
than
like if
and
I'm craving it, I'm gonna get the real thing. Like there's some things that I think transfer fine into like pudding format, and I would be like, oh okay, I'll reach for that. But that is just not the one. I
Mhm.
realize I left off another popular pudding, but we can talk about it later.
Well, if you add it on here,
I'd have to resend you a whole link, download an image. Like it's, I don't want to.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think it's popular between the two of us anyway. So, so then for the next one we have butterscotch.
Which was another one I added.
And butterscotch is an interesting one because I don't dislike butterscotch, but I automatically think of old people when I think of butterscotch.
Hello there, dearie. You want some butterscotch?
Yeah, like I don't.
Yes,
I think the
I know what
times
you're
I've
saying.
had butterscotch, I don't think it tastes bad. I just
It's
don't.
like your
Yeah,
grandma coming in here is like, here's some candies that you got from the magical old person store.
yeah. That are always at the bottom of the candy bowl and somehow always stuck into one big thing. I'm lying.
Worthingtons.
The ones that I knew of that were always stuck at the bottom of the candy bowl were those hard strawberry ones.
Oh yeah. What are
Always.
they? They're like it's
The wrapper's a strawberry.
yeah, and does okay, I'm making sure I'm because I think there's also like a strawberry one where it's like it's got like a little bit of a gel center.
I don't know what they taste like. I've never eaten it.
I think I had them because they were there. But what are they?
I don't know what they are.
Like,
Um,
is this a sign like how you know you're getting old if you start like seeing them in store and you're like, oh no.
maybe I could go for some of those.
Yeah. Like what? Oh, do I want to break the magic and Google it right now?
Either way, for me, butterscotch. Like I also, you made the joke about Worthingtons. I do actually like those candies. Like,
Oh,
but
same
they're
here.
more hard caramel, right? They're not necessarily all
Yeah.
butterscotches. I think I'm gonna put this at a B.
Hmm. This is this is one of the other flavors that I would get. It was either blueberry or butterscotch.
Another S for you.
I'm gonna put this one as an A. Like
Okay.
it's good. Um, it's just sometimes it was a little bit too much butterscotch,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still like I don't know. It was good. Like I think it would probably would taste good. Like if it had maybe I don't know if it had like maybe another like kind of a vanilla-y flavor that sat on top. Kind of like how the banana cream pie has like that. Like it has the cream flavoring sitting on top.
Something to help cut it.
Yeah. If they and you mix that together, I think that would make it a little bit better. It's still good. I think it's good,
Yeah.
um, but yeah. Next one, chocolate fudge. Bleh.
I know, right in a row, you're getting a whole bunch of easy ones to rank for you.
Yeah.
Chocolate fudge for me, it's like I wonder how the thing that I'm curious about is do we think that they just try to change the flavor profile or do you think they try to change the texture too?
I don't know. I haven't had it, but it's just like when I read chocolate fudge, fudge is it's a heavier thing than chocolate.
Yeah.
So like, is this a thicker pudding
I
with all
might
the
have Oh,
with
I
all the
have the
C's?
tab open for us.
Oh,
Okay, so
it's information time with Hop. Yeah.
I hate that they're advertising on their package this new smoother recipe and it makes me think like it was chunky before and I'm like chunky pudding scares me. But
Well, like homemade, like I
homemade pudding
remember
gets like the skin on
the
it.
skin, yeah,
Yeah, that you have to peel off.
and it's just, oh man, is that how our skin comes off?
All right, so chocolate fudge on the Snack Pack official website is advertised as, quote, the chocolatey taste of the original just got richer and more decadent with our chocolate fudge pudding. End quote. It tells me nothing.
I hear the word decadent a lot. I want to look it up. How do I spell
Good.
that?
Decadent.
Decadent. A state being in a state of decline or decay. What?
Did you look up decadence?
DEC DECADENT.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. The second one is marked by or providing unrestrained gratification or self-indulgent.
Okay.
What still first thing in the state of decline or decay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that. Why are these two things? They are literally the opposites.
Unfortunately, sorry, I've now ended up in a rabbit hole where like there's recommended puddings that were not on the main pudding part of the website for Snack Pack that it's recommending me. If you're interested in this, look at this. And there's more puddings that I'm missing. So apologies. We're just gonna have to like talk about these. They're not gonna be in our official image because again, like I said, it's a little bit more of a chore to be able to update this list. But I'll make a bunch of honorable mentions based on how much time we have left, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you can send me the list as well, I guess, and then we can just go through and been like, oh, okay. And then comment the ones that stand out.
Okay. Anyway, so yes. So I can't tell. I guess it is they try to make it feel more fulfilling as a chocolate pudding, and I already feel like chocolate pudding is a mouthful. So I'm going to put this I feel like I would like one pack of it and I wouldn't go for it again. So I think I'll put it at a B. And then next up we have the classic chocolate pudding, which is an S for me.
It was a D for me.
Yeah, automatic S. Chocolate pudding is what I think of when I'm like, I want pudding today. But what kind of pudding? Chocolate
guess
pudding.
What? The next one is also a D.
Tell the people.
It's the chocolate vanilla. Once again, if I could scoop out the vanilla part, we would have something here.
Yeah, I find it interesting. Like, I wonder, because, like, I do like chocolate and vanilla pudding, but I wonder if I would like a mix together. I probably would. This would probably be an A for me because it's, when I go and get, like, soft serve at ice cream stands, I tend to get a swirl anyway.
Swirly.
Swirlies.
Yeah,
but I tend to get orange and vanilla swirl with rainbow dinosaur jimmies if possible.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Orange is great. Yeah, I'll normally just get a vanilla, or normally though, I'll get a milkshake.
That's fair.
Right? Because I feel like I love soft served ice cream, but at the same time, like I get soft served ice cream a lot when I'm down at the beach, and it's normally warm out, and so you got a window of eating that ice cream before it drips, while milkshake is just cup.
Yeah, you have time to enjoy it. All right, so here comes one of the cursed babies.
Where we go? Hold on, I'm opening up the link you sent me. I gotta scroll past all these super cool chairs you also sent. Oh wait, no, you didn't send. Wait, did you?
I thought I had.
There it is. I had to scroll past all our preliminary conversations filled with little crocodile Zeldas and goats and things that will be announced later. Get ready. Whose turn are we on?
It's yours.
Is it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. Whatever.
I thought
dragon.
So. Yeah, because I said the classic chocolate. Oh wait, no, you did the. Actually, no, you're right. You did the chocolate vanilla. You just totally skipped it, and you were just like D. All right, so this is.
Oh yeah. No, I did say chocolate vanilla. I think. Whatever. Okay. For anyone who didn't know, the last 4 ones was chocolate fudge, chocolate, and chocolate vanilla, and then yeah. No, they were all chocolate.
Yeah, so DPayne automatically was like bottom of the list for me.
Yeah, I don't like chocolate.
All right.
You send all my complaints to at Hoppocalypse. She won't answer.
Oh, someone's complaining. Interesting. So then I get to introduce this one because I found this cursed one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is called the Dragon Treasure Snack Pack. Fun fact, it comes with tattoos.
What? Where?
Surprise tattoos inside. It is infused. It's infused with dragon magic.
Oh, there it is. Surprise tattoos. What is dragon magic?
From the official website, and I quote, "Fill your treasure chest with riches and your pantry with dragon treasure pudding cups. They're full of magical flavor your little adventurer can enjoy on the go or as a legendary after-meal treat. Hashtag dragon power." What does it taste like, guys?
Yeah, that is my question. Hold on.
It's green and red.
What flavors are dragon treasure snack pack?
It's vanilla and chocolate pudding.
What? Where'd you find that out?
I googled. My quick Google, it says from Amazon, made with real milk, these vanilla pudding cups are filled with deliciously creamy flavor. Enjoy your 2 favorite flavors all at once. Unless, yeah, that's from Amazon.
Few product.
Each pack includes a surprise sheet of dragon tattoos. Each pack contains a mix of sweet green emerald and red ruby pudding cups.
So there's just vanilla with
Who die?
dye.
Or no. Wait, this might have been.
Sweet green emeralds or red rubies. Choose.
Oh wait. I misspoke. Okay, so that was like a mix-up in reviews. It says dragon is green, apple, and the red is cherry.
Okay, that fits more. I would have
I
rated
would
this
have
higher if
lost
it was
my
just.
mind.
I would have. This like this is automatically getting pushed up the ranks because of. Oh man, do you think it's a sour apple?
Just says green as apple. The answer to this question is you can smell the flavors as soon as you open them. So good. Dragon is green, apple, and red cherry.
Look,
And
guys,
there are four greens in the pack of dragon and two reds. So I guess the apple is more popular?
I'm just gonna say, smell promotion probably would have worked if it didn't follow last week.
I don't
Where
think I would like this.
Also, my other question is, when you open this, does it play the Dragon Tales theme song or Dovahkiin,
I
Dovahkiin,
don't know.
something, something?
Something in my
You open it,
heart really
rah.
something in my heart really doesn't like the idea of fruit flavored puddings, but they seem to be popular. And
Yeah.
I do like orange ice cream, like orange soft serve.
Oh yeah, great. Okay, maybe you're having the same thing that's going on in my brain right now, where fruit flavored puddings are Jello.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I can't get the texture right in my head.
I'm gonna okay. I think I would try this just to see what it's like. Oh man, it's thick Jello. That's what it is. It's gonna be a C. I would try it. Like D is now like
Sorry,
it is.
I read a review on Amazon. My mother
Oh,
no longer likes
man.
this. Nothing wrong with the product. 5-star review. She is 95 and just doesn't like it anymore. Why did you tell the internet?
What? Wait, say that again because you came off.
Why didn't she share that with the internet? So it's a 5-star review. Excellent product. My mother no longer likes this. Nothing to do with the product. She is 95 and just doesn't like it anymore.
Hold on, I'm now going to the Amazon review. These are my favorite episodes when we look at Amazon
We
reviews.
can't get too lost. We have a lot of puddings to get through, but it's just like
No, when you get something like this, guys, spoilers. There's probably gonna be two more that we're gonna do this. Oh man, this question's great. What are the flavors for the dragon ones? I apparently never tasted dragon magic.
I'm apparently. I didn't read that second half of that question.
So you can smell the. Okay, yeah, you're reading this right now.
That's the one I originally read to get the flavors.
Oh, interesting. This answers the question for one of the other ones that are coming up later. Okay.
Yeah, because
Um.
it looks like in this Amazon thing, you can purchase a pack of 8 puddings, and it's like it's a variety of flavors that you can pick from. So all the reviews are kind of bundled under. Oh, the dragon in this art is
Okay.
pretty
Okay. Hold on.
unpleasant.
I have two good 1-star reviews.
All right, go through these reviews and then we'll move on to the next
Okay.
flavors. Yeah.
This one is called No Flavor review. No flavor.
In case you were confused.
3 people found this helpful. A little bit down. By the way, a lot of people are complaining that the dragon puddings that are sent to them are past their best by dates.
Mm.
So, which is funny because Hop and I were talking about Best Buy dates a little bit before, or expiration dates a little bit before we started recording. And then don't buy, yuck. I do not like this product. I bought it to replace puddings I no longer can get. I will be throwing this away. Yuck.
All right, for me personally, I think this is gonna have to be a D because I don't I can't I don't I can't.
Eh,
I can't.
I would try it. Is that a pancake pudding? Oh no, that's just pancake mix in a pudding cup.
Confusing.
Anywho, oh, these are in bulk. That would explain some of those things. Anywho, but yeah, no, I would give it a shot. I don't know if I would like it, but it's just like D is now designated as don't touch. C is can try. B is boo.
Boo.
And A is hey, sure. And S is super. Anywho,
One of the flavors I don't think is even available on Amazon. Sorry, I was trying to.
is it the next weird one that's coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
All right. I think this is your pudding
It
now.
is. This is. I can't read. If I know there's lemon, I can't read what the next one is. It underneath it. Lemon.
I think it's just lemon. The next one?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the text underneath it was.
Oh, okay.
Uh, no. Okay, no. Okay, yeah. Flavor is lemon. Um, is this one of the ones that J2 said that he liked?
He specifically said lemon pudding's his favorite.
Now, is this sweet like is this a sweet or because when I think of lemon, I just think of lemon. Is this just someone like beating the pulp out of a lemon and then adding a butt ton of sugar?
I guess. I mean, like, I do like lemon pies, but it is weird to think
Yeah.
sour. Like, if it's a sour lemon with a dairy product.
Well, like yeah, like lemon meringue pie, um, or even key lime pie. It does have a touch of
The tart. Yeah.
yeah, a touch of the tart, but those like the actual pies of those are built like it's majority cream cheese. Like it's more just cream cheese and sugar. And then you add a touch of the lemon juice or lime juice for that tartness.
Mm-hmm.
But you're mainly just eating flavored cream cheese. Wow, lemon there isn't any cream like I don't know. Like is it just sour sweet?
If it, like, I don't want to. I don't, it's hard for me to imagine what this tastes like because, again, like I said, I don't think I've ever had a fruit-based pudding, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it would be as bad for me as the Dragon Treasures. So I think for now I'm gonna leave it at the C until I experience it for myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like I'm not like the dragon one I'm turned off by, but I would still give it a taste.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see myself liking it. And like lemon pudding. Hold on, what the heck did I answer to that question? Let me see. Hold on. I'm having a memory here. Oh, that's when some weirdo followed me. Let's see. What did I write to answer this question? Let me scroll down. Oh, okay. I said banana pudding. My mom made a banana pudding one. Yeah, I'm gonna put this as a B.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, so kind of in the same family, and you kind of mentioned this. The next one is lemon meringue pie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I feel like I would like this better than just the plain lemon because I know you said with the butterscotch you needed something to help cut it, and like the banana cream pie pudding offers something to help cut it.
Hmm.
So I think by definition of it just seeming better to me than the lemon, it goes in the B.
Yeah, I think I would put this as a B as well because I never had this particular one, but it's like if I'm gonna have a pudding, I want it to be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And J2, if you made it this far, if you listen,
Apologies.
not well, yeah, I guess apologies, but also, can you explain flavor of it?
That would help a lot because
But I'm putting it lemon meringue as
probably
B.
doesn't help that I have like DPayne heard, but like I have a lime water that I'm sipping on today because Strider was using limes and he was like, "Oh, I have spare limes. If you've got a
That was
glass
a
of
fun
water, I'll put
exchange.
limes in it." So I'm sipping on that and I'm like trying to imagine because like lime and lemon aren't so far apart. I'm trying to imagine this water in the texture of pudding and it's bothering me. It's not helping the case.
Yeah, it's oh no, no, I'm just imagining. I'm just guys. Another little peek before we were started. That was a very fun exchange just to hear, because Hop gave she gave setting to that, and it made me laugh.
People have told me I am a storyteller.
Hmm.
One time as a kid, I had a family friend. I was just sitting. I know you've done a lot of content with me, and I have a lot of quips that I'll just drop randomly.
Hmm.
And I had said something in particular that day, and the lady was like, "You should be a stand-up comedian." And I just looked at her and I was like, "I'm not funny. What are you talking about?"
Shut your mouth.
I was just making an observation, and just because it happens to be accurate and funny doesn't mean I would make a good comedian, ma'am.
Oh man, just imagining it. Hey, um, so 2D boys, huh? Right? Yeah. They
Don't
good?
you hate it when you go up to your 2D boy and you think he likes bucks, but he actually likes horse riding? Oh my god. How embarrassing.
Oh man, don't you hate it when you want the social standings of one of the girls to go up, but all the boys just keep picking her up and taking her outside? Oh my. That's the only thing I know about Fire Emblem because I came into one stream and I don't even know who she is. I think she purple hair because you had like a maid costume on her and she didn't
Um,
want to go outside. And I'm like, I can relate to that. But everybody was like, you're coming outside and picked her up. And she's like, ah!
Bernadetta. Oh, but yeah.
I also know that I got apparently the much coveted girl when I took those quizzes.
Yes. For a couple streams, as people were coming into my Fire Emblem streams, I was like handing out boyfriend girlfriend quizzes. Like, all right, tell me, who do you get?
And then my favorite thing where people's like, I don't even know who these characters are. And then I came back from mid taking is like, neither do I. Take it. I think it worked like maybe 3/4 of the time. And then it was just funny because I kept talking in chat and not finishing the quiz to where people finished before me and going, oh yeah, I got finished.
uh, it makes for great discussion, especially for people that do know the characters.
Yeah. For anyone who wants to know, I got Petra.
Petra's a goodie. I do know a couple
Yeah.
people that like Petra a lot.
Oh yeah. Like the very Blackjack, he was very vocal and very mad and retook the quiz to see if he could get Petra.
Yeah, Blackjack did not like either of the two people he got, so that was
I'm trying to remember
entertaining.
who I don't remember the guy that I got. I think you were saying that I was gonna get the happy muscle man, I think his name was.
Oh, we thought you were gonna get Raphael because
Yeah.
he's a foodie.
Oh, I got the guy with the shark hair.
Caspar.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah,
mattress.
no, it was particularly funny. So you got Caspar, and Blackjack also got Caspar, but Blackjack's female was Leonie, who he doesn't like as a character, and a lot of us in my community don't really care for Leonie as a character.
I don't know who
And
it is, but
then
okay.
she's thirsty for your dad in game. That's all. I mean, she does have more personality to her, but like if I had to rank the characters, I don't really love her. But yeah, so he got Caspar and you got Caspar, but then you
Mhm.
got Petra, which is a a lot of people like Petra, but he got Leone, and he was like, hold on. Because a
Yeah.
lot of other people that I've seen, we get the same, like me and somebody else I know, we got the same exact pairing where I got like Lysithea and Linhart, and I know somebody else got exactly Lysithea and Linhart.
Hmm.
So when they were like, "Oh, you got
So
Caspar," so we thought you would get the same female because the pairings tended to line up.
mhm. I
It's-
I like taking these quizzes, especially when Hop posts them on Twitter or comments on them and or shares them because like I don't know how many people know, but I know Hop knows I don't know anything about these things. And so I just think you get a little bit of joy of just like, ha, you don't even know what you got. But I think I
But you
remember
get better
there.
ones than me all the time. Like I had the Fire Emblem Valentine's Day one, and it was like, which one is your Valentine's Day person? And
Yeah,
you got my boy
yeah, I don't even remember who it was. I don't even know his name.
Dimitri,
The
the
pirate.
pirate.
But I got that, and what cracked me up was like I didn't actually click more on this quiz. I only took the guy one, and I'm like, sure, whatever, I don't care. And then I left, and then I came back, I think like 2 hours later, and it was like, someone was like, oh yeah, here's the girl. I'm like, there's a girl option, but I didn't even take it. I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, I got pirate man. To where I think you were getting annoyed with me because he's like, he's not a pirate. Anyway, back to it's one of these episodes, everybody. Um,
I think it's your
it is
turn.
my turn. Mango. I like mangoes.
I also like mangoes. They are my favorite fruit.
I'm about to probably break the thing here where I was just saying that I'm like I can't imagine a fruit flavored pudding, but I think this one would be good. You know what? It's it's like a yogurt, but it's like a thicker yogurt pudding
I guess if
is.
that's the way to think about it, I could move lemons up. So if we think of it as just like a thicker or a different yogurt, then I'll put, because I don't hate lemon yogurts. So
Yeah.
I'll put lemon at B, lemon meringue at A. I think I'm gonna put mango at B.
Yeah. I'm probably oop, that's A. I'll probably put it at B. And by probably it is. I heard Bunny move. At least I think it was
Yeah,
Bunny, and
he's a running around.
he agrees by my placement, so thus it will stay. Okay. I don't think we have to go in too much because I think there's two more on here that we're gonna go into pretty deep, and it looks like that one's an owl.
Yeah, I think I automatically know where I'm going to be putting these. So this next one is also courtesy of DPayne. It is on the official Snack Pack website. Snack Pack decided that, you know, to get kids to eat pudding, as if, I don't know, is it difficult to get kids to eat pudding? I don't know. But
Me neither. I don't have kids. They're weird.
well, I was gonna say like I liked pudding as a kid. I never was like pudding, no. But so the more colorful packaging. This time, if your kid's not into dragons and adventure, what about mermaids? And I quote, "Mermaid splashes are magical treats that taste like melodies and adventure. This fun tropically flavored pudding for kids is made with real milk and comes in a rainbow of enchanting colors they'll love sharing with their friends. And by rainbow, they mean two."
Yeah.
It's like coral peach and then
Oh.
like teal blue.
Yeah, it's like, look at this stuff. What could it be? I hope it doesn't be weird to me because I
Uh,
know these flavors are weird.
it comes with mermaid tattoos in case anyone was worried. You can get dragon tattoos, you can get
Ah,
mermaid tattoos.
oh, the child with the dragon tattoo.
So I could not find it on Amazon, but I did find it on Walmart with reviews. So some of the written reviews, this one person, they have no idea what the flavors are. They say
Mhm.
some people said that the pink one tastes like bubble gum, and I agree, it kind of do. Exact wording. I kind of already paraphrased because it was already hard enough to read. However, I think the blue ones taste like frosting. All capital letters.
Oh my goodness, that is going to be the cold open. Sorry, I think I found this mermaid one on Amazon.
Okay, I
So
had trouble.
there's the other one. I almost gave a spoiler. So Let's see if I click these arrows. Whoa, Kool-Aid one. That one's not on the list.
Is that not Jello? Is that Kool-Aid pudding?
Oh yeah, I guess that is Jello. Kool-Aid gels. I'm clicking because I there's a sour candy called unicorn balls. I'm a child. This is weird because I know I saw it. Hold on. Wait a second. Isn't there a history of things you looked up?
Another review I found on Walmart is almost Fruity Pebbles in taste. So nobody seems to know what these are.
I did find peanut butter and jelly soda.
So did you find it on Amazon or are you?
I'm probably gonna stop looking. I know I saw it. Hold on. Let me just blueberry muffin pudding. And for some reason decides to come up with butterscotch as the first one. Because I think I'm only gonna give it like maybe just a couple of quick looks if I can't find it in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, okay, I can't find it. 2, 1. Yeah. All right, now we can move on. But so bubblegum and cotton candy?
No, bubblegum and frosting.
What? Wait, frosting?
That's what the
Frost?
person and somebody else said it kind of reminds them of Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, I know how one of these things is just dedicated to chocolate, but not anymore. Mermaid, you're going down there.
Yeah, that's also a D for me.
Yeah, that's a heck with that. No wonder you can't find it.
I'm scared that people are gonna leave us ratings and reviews and say, I want a pudding taste episode live.
Anywho, the next flavoring is it my turn? Yeah. Is strawberry cheesecake.
I love the idea of this.
I would try it. You know what? Strawberry cheesecake I feel is like one of those flavorings that is very easy to simulate.
Stimulate. Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, I thought the first word I said was the incorrect word, and I was like, no, the second word was not what I wanted.
That was not the word. Yeah, I'm gonna just
stimulate the taste buds. Wow.
I'm gonna put it at an A.
I'm putting this as an S.
Because I think, because the thing that I appreciate about it is it's not that they decided to just make a cheesecake pudding and put strawberry stuff in it. They layered it like you would like if you got strawberry cheesecake. So that you can like take your time and scoop and decide how much strawberry and how much cheesecake you're feeling with each bite.
Now the question I'm wondering though is this just because it's a Jello that we're getting this visual? Like would a snack pack just give you a solid coloring?
Maybe because the blueberry muffin was solid, right?
But then again, banana cream pie also has
a split.
Yeah, okay.
Next one is a classic tapioca pudding. That's an S for me.
I don't think I've ever had tapioca. What does it taste like?
I mean, I think it's mostly a vanilla pudding, but it's like baby boba inside of it.
Intriguing. Okay, so tapioca in my head is like I can't remember having it, but it is now like in the veil of a Kids Next Door episode, and I think what my mom said, where Kids Next Door said that the old crazy cat lady only eats tapioca pudding and then shot like a tapioca cannon at her to stop her like cat army or whatever it was. And I think I remember my mom buying tapioca pudding for like my nana when she was old and couldn't eat anything. So
I do think it's in that same reign of butterscotch where you tend to think of tapioca as for like older people.
mhm.
But I like it
You know what? Next time I am in a store that has tapioca pudding, I'm like, I will try this for hop and come back
with a fair assessment.
with
Yeah,
opinions. But I will put this as a B right now because
yeah, because
I will try it.
I think flavor wise, it is mostly vanilla. I don't know if they put anything else in it. There might be a little bit of cinnamon in it. I
Yeah.
could be mixing it up with a different
I
pudding.
think I'm also getting this in my head. Isn't there like tapioca rice?
Yeah, yeah. And like the boba that you get in like bubble tea is, I believe, tapioca as well, just uh, a different mixture to make it into a different like size and shape and texture. And tapioca pudding, they're very small.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'll put it as a B. Like I
You don't hate the concept.
I don't hate the concept, but it's just I do not have the experience with it.
That is fair. You get to introduce this next one.
Yeah. Look at this stuff. It's not mermaids, it's unicorns instead.
Do you want me to read
Oh,
the official
I actually had the snack pack thing up as well. I don't know how I feel about these ones that were like, and it's like being promoted.
Okay,
But anyway, I got this one right here. Unless
okay.
you really want to read it. I don't
No,
know. I don't know if this is the same one. Wait, hold up. View product.
it should be snackpack.com.
Yeah, no, so here, there's two different things. They had their promo thing, where's unicorn magic to share with your kids. Parents, welcome to our magical world. Here's some ideas to help snack time last forever and make it overflow with sparkles for your kids. And then I click view product where it goes to transform any day into a magical wonderland with unicorn magic pudding cups. Pack them into your school lunchboxes to brighten your little royal one's day, or enjoy them as an on to go snack or after meal treat. Yes, unicorn.
That was a hashtag, by the way.
Yeah,
So, in
I
case
forgot the
you
hashtag
want
part.
everyone on Twitter to know that you eat unicorn pudding, don't forget, yes, unicorn.
I think that's the first time I've ever said yes.
You forgot an important factor. It
It's
is
gluten
made with
free.
stardust. Do you see that on the packaging?
Oh. Oh, now I see it. I had to get real close.
Yep, it's made with stardust. Don't forget your unicorn tattoos as well. It's
Oh
very
yeah,
important.
unicorn tattoos with this jacked
Kid's
arm.
arm.
I can't look at this without thinking of Always Sunny.
It looks like Mac's arm.
It's a bicep.
Yeah.
Why'd you shrink it like this? um do you still have the Amazon review thing for this?
Yes. So, do you want to guess the flavors? The colors are
I
pink and blue in a
I
like.
may have read them already, but I don't
Oh,
have the
okay.
Amazon article up. It is not a fair assessment for me to guess anymore, but because I haven't actually, my brain forgot it.
All right, but it's pink and blue, but not in the same pink and blue as the mermaid. You can't get those two mixed up.
Hmm.
It's a softer, like sky blue, and then just like when you think of the color pink, it's
It
like
looks like a strawberry milkshake pink.
yeah, like it's very a picturesque pink.
Also, you also know these are different because the mermaid ones are blue, pink, blue. This one is pink, blue, pink.
Yeah, so you get four pinks with the unicorns and two blue, but in the
This is where the rest
mermaids
that food dye went.
in the mermaids you get four blues and two coral peaches. Like it's not quite pink.
Hmm.
But yeah, so the flavors for they're both cotton candy.
That's where I got the cotton candy thing for mermaid.
Like it says pink, cotton candy pink, blue, cotton candy blue. But when I eat cotton candy, I don't think they taste different.
No, they're just sugar paper, sugar wisps.
A Yahoo Life. First and foremost, both pink and blue are vanilla based, fruity, and very sugary. In fact, the blue variety tasted like someone may or may not have dumped pixie sticks in it. The pink one had a hint of cotton candy.
Well, that's literally what not pixie sticks. What whatever it was. What cotton candy is. It's just like aerated
Sugar.
pixie stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just colored sugar that is heated up and sticking together and is made into wisps.
Oh, so the packaging says that they're made with artificial flavoring, stardust, fairy dust, and princess kisses, which allegedly taste like joy and rainbow sparkles.
Can we put another tier after D?
False
Uh,
advertising.
yeah.
Yeah, that's automatically in the D tier for me, easily.
So originally I was gonna put this as a C because I'm like, you know what? I don't mind cotton candy flavors, and I would give it a shot. But the more and more the promo is read, this is getting put next to Mermaid. um, yeah.
So to round it out, to finalize all of this, we have another tried and true safe flavor, vanilla.
But I like vanilla stuff.
Yeah, there's a time and place for vanilla flavoring. So that is an S tier for me. Oh, my list is quite balanced.
Mine isn't. I wish there was like a B.5 because like I don't know, it could be. I'm put it as A. Oh, maybe I can take the half of vanilla and half of butterscotch and mix them together.
This is true. All right, so I have my final tier list. I sent it off to DPayne, but
Yours
to not
is way more balanced than
yeah,
mine.
to not skew things. Like I said, I ended up on this like weird rabbit hole of recommended flavors from some of the different flavors. Unfortunately, a lot of these are chocolate, so that's kind of also why I didn't feel like putting them on the tier list because they're always going to go in one spot for you. But we can generally discuss it. We have a little bit of time.
Yeah,
Chocolate cinnamon spice pudding.
I would have the cinnamon. Why do I have to keep adding chocolate? Here's mine. You can see how skewed mine is compared to yours.
All the chocolates at the bottom.
Mine is a staircase except for C.
But yeah, like I don't know if I want like I guess it
Can I
depends
get a
how much
link to this
cinnamon they
list?
put into it.
Can I get a link to this list that you're looking at?
I don't have a list. These are individual
Oh,
puddings.
okay. That's gonna close this tier list. Yeah, it's like the cinnamon and spice sounds like it would be good. But at this, also understand like cinnamon by itself. It's like okay, I'm having big red pudding, so I understand why they put chocolate in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I hate like Big Red gum and what is it, Red Hots? I can't eat those. I am not a fan.
Tamales. I actually like tamales, but well, when I was a kid, I'm like spicy Mike and Ike.
Mm. Yeah, I never really had those. They were not a fan. Like, I guess it's that thing again where it's like you want it to be sweet, but it's yeah. I don't know. I guess it just depends how much cinnamon. All right, how about dulce de leche pudding?
I actually like that. I like dulce de leche.
Yeah, and the
I
cake
would definitely
itself,
try that.
yeah, the cake itself is already like very like kind of wet. I don't want to say it's a wet cake.
Sweaty.
It like squishes. So I think dulce de leche would be high up there for me. I like the
Yeah,
idea
no,
of
I
it.
would definitely try it. Like, we were talking about Wawa earlier and their little baked goods. I like the dulce de leche donuts.
Mmm, does sound good. All right, cinnamon twist churro.
I try it. I was thinking about churros. I think this week or last week for no reason.
For no particular reason. For me, it's like it comes back down to the whole concept of if I want it. Like for me, a churro, I like how crunchy it is because it's a fried dough. So for it to be in pudding form, just because it tastes like it, doesn't mean I'll like it.
And then I'm also thinking like with the churro when you have it, like the breading takes like it's still very sweet because of the cinnamon and sugar that are on it, if I'm remembering
Yeah.
the flavoring right. But like the fried, it's like a funnel cake where it's like the dough and the friedness is taking some of that
Sweetness
like
away.
sweetness away, while the pudding, I think it's going to be there every bite, which
Mm-hmm.
might be a little bit overpowering.
That's a good point as well.
I feel like Gordon Ramsay. No,
we're dissecting these
Gordon
puddings.
Ramsay. I think Gordon Ramsay's the guy from. Wait a second.
No, that's the right guy.
Okay.
That's the
I
chef.
keep getting confused because there's the guy that apparently in Game of Thrones that all I knew that he had was dogs, and it turns out he is like the worst of the worsts, and all I knew is that he had dogs.
Oh, I don't know his name.
I think Ramsey Gordon, I think his name is.
Oh, that is confusing.
And so, like, I would say, I'm like, I don't know, he sounds like a good guy. All I know is that he has dogs. To where my friend and Mod went to another chat and was like, hey, you should come here. And I came in and he's like, hey, he's the guy that I was telling you about. And he's like, you're the one that likes this dude from Game of Thrones that flays people and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I have no clue what you're talking about. I just know he has dogs. Bye. And just left.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
classic pudding though is that we didn't mention is rice pudding.
I was thinking about that. I don't know if I ever.
I
Actually, I
don't think
might
I've ever
have.
had rice pudding.
I think I had it when I was younger, and I didn't like it
I like rice
because
porridges, like in soups.
so like I was listening to a podcast and I realized why younger DPayne did not like rice because my mom, who made lots of good things, made it was rice with butter, and butter was put on the rice, and so the it was slimy. It was
Mm.
slimy rice, to where now when I make my own rice or when I order rice from like one of the restaurants, does not have the butter on the rice. And it's like, I don't know, is this like an Italian thing where they put butter on the rice because it's like, they're little spaghettis.
Tiny spaghettis.
Yeah. They're little spaghettis, so spaghetti need butter, put butter on there. And I'm like, I was listening to a podcast. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's why I didn't like rice when I was younger, because it was slimy and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I relate to this so much. And I'm like, that I like rice now because I don't have butter mixed in. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the. I don't know. I would have to try it again.
That's fair.
But
Okay. And then another question. Is bread pudding a pudding?
hmm. Yeah, I think it would be
But it's like solid.
parts of it.
Mostly.
Yeah,
Like I love bread pudding.
so do I. I forgot about
But
it.
it's just squishy bread, right? Like it's not
It's
actually
sweet, soggy
creamy.
bread.
Yeah, it's not like a creamy pudding. So I didn't even consider it on this list until we were going through and I was like, I could go for bread pudding. What
Yeah.
is bread pudding?
Well, okay. Now I feel like we need to look up the definition of pudding.
I love food rules. My stream, my community knows I love food rules.
Pudding definition is a sweet dessert usually containing flour or cereal product that has been boiled, steamed, or baked. So bread pudding, I think, would fit in there, which I guess flan would as well.
Oh, this is a this is a topic for I think another podcast episode because we are nearing.
Oh, here's another definition: a soft, thickened dessert typically made with milk, sugar, flour, and flavoring.
Yeah, I guess in theory.
There's a corn pudding.
I want to act surprised, but there is a Filipino dessert that involves corn. So I don't know if you would
Corn
necessarily call it a pudding.
corn pudding. This looks like mushy cornbread.
Either way, I feel like we can. All right, how about anyone who's listened this far? We
There's an
appreciate.
alternative name for corn pudding called Hoppy Glop.
I have a dessert.
You have
Anyway,
a glop?
so wait, so this is. I feel like this is how we should round out the episode. We'll do this. If you've listened this far, we appreciate you. We would love if you shared us with a friend. If you enjoyed the episode, if you left reviews, you left ratings, if you interact with us on our Twitter at twitter.com/pointlessdisco. But most importantly, tell us, is bread pudding a pudding?
Yeah, we'll know who the real ones are. Oh, my computer just decided to tell me that my OneDrive isn't signed in. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for the notification. But yeah, so yeah, let us know if you think bread pudding's a pudding. And then therefore that also leads into the road, like you said. Flan? There's a lot of jiggling.
Flan is good.
Is dulce de leche?
Every time I hear dulce de leche, it makes me sound like it's a dance.
It does sound like a dance.
Is hoppy glop?
Is French toast?
Ooh, no, I want French toast.
There's a lot of questions that we need answered. So yes, let us know. The easiest way is probably through Twitter. Or you could just come through we have our various socials linked below.
Come on Tuesday and let us know.
Yeah, because Tuesday we do stream together specifically. Or next Saturday when we're doing Monster Prom, then we can also discuss it then.
True.
Otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Why is corn powder under the pudding category?
We've lost DPayne.
What is this? I can't even pronounce this. Mazamura.
Yeah, we've lost them, but I think I've
looks
covered
like coconut.
I think I've covered a lot of our typical outro stuff. The other announcement that we do have is for next week's episode. We don't believe we'll be voting on topics, right? Instead, we have...
I'm still on Hoppy Glop right now. Hold up. Okay. Wait, corn pudding, not to be confused with hasty pudding. What is hasty pudding? It's porridge.
There is also the other route we have to consider, because there are things called blood puddings that are not sweet, but have pudding in their name.
Oh, no, I'm in Wikipedia, so blood.
But anyway,
pudding.
yes.
No, you mentioned it. I gotta look. Blood sausage is what came up.
For the listeners, yeah, we
next
week's episode, I have unearthed a gaming personality, or I guess, yeah, it was like a gaming personality quiz where it looks at six attributes on you as a gamer. I last took this in about 2016. I do have the results from that, and I mentioned it to DPayne, and DPayne was like, oh, this might make for a good episode. So...
Whoa. You're like, could this be an episode? And I agreed. Give yourself credit. Hob came up with the idea and was like, this sounds like a fun episode. And then I was like, it could be. And I looked at it and I was like, let's do it next week.
So I have imposter syndrome. I take credit for nothing. I just exist
secondary
on the
gamer types. Whoa. Oh man, I gotta stop reading this.
Anyway, but yeah, so basically it looks at like 6 attributes at how you look at gaming and all things like that, and then there's like a chart that they kind of pull the points towards, and then based on where you lean more towards, they give you a general overall archetype. And then I think they also say like people with this type also happen to enjoy games like these, so should be interesting.
Hop already put me into categories.
Yeah, we've already discussed our categories. I know where I stood many years ago when I was deeply obsessed with Mass Effect and nothing else, so it explains what I got before. I have since then played a lot more games, so we'll see.
This will be very interesting, like, to see if it lines up with what
what we actually stream. That's true. We could look at it from that perspective. We could also try and guess each other's as well.
Well, you already did.
Shh, they don't know that.
Well, they do now.
But yeah, is there anything else that you want to say before we close out the podcast?
I'm hungry now. I think that is like a staple that we have to say whenever we talk about any form of food.
Oh yeah, right before we started recording, my mom dropped me off food. So
what was it? Do you mind sharing?
Filipino food.
Well, that's a whole nation.
Well, I don't feel like going into detail of
what's one?
One of them is blood pudding.
That's why you brought it up.
I am apparently the only person I know in my close proximity of people that I know that are Filipino that eats it.
Can I get a picture when you go to dig in? I want to see what it is.
It just looks like black pudding. Like it looks like a D&D monster.
I googled it and then nothing came up. I want to see.
All right, I'll send you, because I don't know if I can get. How do I spell this? Oh, I don't speak Tagalog. I don't spell. Okay. I'm sending you a recipe so they can get your reaction before we leave.
Okay. Open. Oh, interesting. Like, first look, it looks kind of like a dark beef stew.
Yeah, it is pork blood.
I'd try it.
It's like a vinegary pork blood. This Filipino version of blood stew for adventurous eaters. I just put that on rice and I go at it.
I I don't know. Where the heck did I get pork blood?
Yeah, that's another question. I don't know. I guess if you have a local butcher. Or you could probably find Filipino restaurants somewhere near you. This tends to
I
be
don't know.
stocked, which surprises me.
It's hard to find a Thai restaurant around here.
Also fair. Yeah. Anything else? I feel like I've said this a lot, but it's because I'm getting increasingly more hungry.
Oh
Anything
yeah.
else?
No, I'm also getting hungry, but I also like continue talk because I also know as soon as we end, we like have at least another 10-minute thing where we're like, but now I'm calling out, you're gonna be like, bye. No, that's it. We'll know who the real ones are when they answer a question. And I will not be a real one because I will instantly forget question and will need context for it. um Space Jam, that dropped. Space Jam 2000, 3000, whatever it's called. Don Cheadle's in it. That's it. Bye.